In its quest to provide an open forum for discussion of controversial issues, this station allows hosts and their guests to express themselves without any significant censorship. You are advised that any view expressed by the host or their guest are not necessarily the views of the owners or management of TogiNet Radio, Togi Entertainment, or the Owners Group, Inc.
It's time for Motherhood Talk Radio, the most powerful voice in women's issues today, with Sandra Beck and Christy Holly. Ladies, Motherhood Talk Radio is here to give you a powerful platform by giving you interesting, inspiring, and influential information as you navigate everything from childcare to corporate formation. Motherhood Talk Radio has interviews with best-selling authors, gurus of happiness, and women of interest who every single day make our world a better place for our families. Motherhood Talk Radio, powered by Motherhood Incorporated, is on the air now. Moms, this really is your show. Motherhood Talk Radio. And now, here are your hosts, Sandra Beck and Christy Holly.
Hey, mamas. This is Sandra Beck, and I'm here with my co-host who's sporting a breath mint, Christy Holly.
This is right. I need one.
Yeah, well, it's Fit to Strip Challenge today, so how many calories is that?
Oh, well, I think it's only like, I don't know, 6.
I crunch them down when I'm stressed out, so.
I don't know.
They're actually good stress relief, I think.
I can't even eat it now because don't be so loud.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to hear you crunching, especially on the Fit to Strip Challenge.
I know. I'll spare you guys.
That sounds like a plan. Well, we have a good show today because we have joining us, hopefully we have joining us, we're trying to reach him. We're trying to reach Sergeant Richard Gonzalez, and he is a Marine sergeant who's going to talk to us a little bit about the experience I had in the airport while I was on vacation.
Oh, what experience was that?
Well, first I want to know, did you miss me?
Of course, I totally missed you.
Good.
I totally did. I was here all by myself last week, and Rick was here. He was helping me. He was calming me down.
Our babysitter.
He was talking me off the roof. Yes, and the week before, and I totally missed you.
Oh, good.
Here at your house, and you're not here.
Well, and Suzanne did such a good job hosting.
She did.
I was so proud of her, except then I was like, oh, I could still be replaced, like, instantly.
Well, that's probably, I could be replaced too.
Well, so we want to say thank you to Suzanne for doing such a smashing job.
Thank you, Suzanne.
She did a wonderful job. So I want to tell you what happened to me this week when I was flying out to New York. I was on a Southwest Airlines flight, and the kids and I were flying by ourselves, and I'm like lugging all my luggage on, lugging the kids on, and there were 20 Marines from Camp Pendleton that got on the plane, and they were all exhausted and tired. I don't know where they had come from, but they had picked up the flight in Los Angeles. And, people on the plane were so great, but they were, like, hugging them and shaking their hands. And I felt so sorry for this one Marine because, he was trying to sleep. He was clearly dead. He looked like he had probably been up 24 hours at least, and who knows how long they had been in transit because they were going on leave. And he was so exhausted, and some guy comes up and he's like, I really want to thank you. He's like, I really want to buy you a drink. And the poor guy's like, I just want to sleep. And so what happened was, and I want to thank the Marines from Camp Pendleton because getting off the plane when both my kids were asleep at midnight and all my luggage, they carried my kids off. They carried my bags off.
I would have stopped to take a picture as well.
Let's photograph them as they work. But I do want to thank the Marines down at Camp Pendleton that were en route to Buffalo 2 weeks ago, and they helped me with my kids. They helped me get off the plane, which was really great because they were already exhausted. And it's like, I don't need you to fight in Iraq and then come back and carry my luggage, but it was super nice.
That's awesome.
But what was interesting is yesterday on our sister show, Military Mom Talk Radio, we did a show about PTSD. And the soldier that was on, the Marine that was on yesterday was talking about his experiences with PTSD.
Which PTSD is what?
Is post-traumatic stress disorder.
Okay.
It's something that occurs when you put a kind of a normal body in an abnormal situation, like taking a healthy young man or woman, like a Marine, putting them in a war zone. They come back with certain things that are cause them to have difficulties. And so we've been doing these shows for Freedom Dogs, which are dogs that help these soldiers maneuver situations. But what struck me as interesting is that, and apparently he's not going to be able to be with us today, but what was interesting to me is what Richard was saying on the air yesterday was that he's like, you know, when you come back, you've been in combat, and Richard himself had been shot multiple times by an AK-47, and he came back, and he's in rehab, and he's married, and he's got, I think, 5 kids. Wow. But he said it's really overwhelming, and it's not good when people come up and they touch the Marines and the soldiers, or they want to give them a hug. They get in that personal space, because he said one of the things that happens when you have PTSD is that you have like this escape thing. You don't want to be in contact, and these people are strangers. And as well-meaning as they are, right? He said it's great to have his Freedom Dog with him, because people focus on the dog and not him. They're less apt to touch him. They'd rather touch the dog. And since I was on the airplane and I witnessed all this stuff where people were trying to show their support, which is really wonderful, sometimes the way in which we show our respect and our support to them is not what they need.
What do you think that they need? How can...
Well, some of the things he said would be that, don't try to shake their hand, don't try to touch them, keep a distance, away from them where you can say, thank you very much, I appreciate your service, but kind of keep that 2-foot distance between them, because you don't want to get in their personal space.
Now, do you think it's all of them?
I don't think it's every soldier.
No, I mean someone that is experiencing that. Can I speak? No. Do you think that they all have that okay?
Well, the therapist that we had on, the therapist that we had on said that they believe that 40% of our Marines and soldiers coming home experience some sort of PTSD, and that giving that space between you and that other person is recommended. And that's really pretty much all I wanted to share with everybody today, because Richard, who was on the show yesterday, and this show reaches a different demographic. He really appreciated the well-meaningness. And I think if anybody had told me, for me to go up and say, oh, I'm so glad that you did this, and then give them a hug or shake their hand is not what they wanted, I would want to know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think, he said it best. I think he said, let them approach you. If they put their hand out to shake your hand, then you can shake their hand. But for you to come in and get into that personal space thing, is not really the greatest thing for and you wouldn't know. And they may not even know they're suffering from PTSD. So he just said well-meaning words are really appreciated, but some of these, this lady was grabbing on this guy's arm, and and of course, there are idiot people everywhere, but I just thought there's our public service announcement for Motherhood Incorporated.
Very good. Very good.
And Motherhood Talk Radio. And so that's pretty much my vacation in a nutshell. It was, let the Marines carry my stuff off, lay around by the lake for a couple weeks, and then come back.
Did you just lay around, or did you ski? What did you guys do?
Oh, I did. We went tubing. I went diving with my niece, and I got to tell you, my niece is so fantastic, because she's just not afraid of anything. She's 9 years old, and she sits there with her big blue eyes, her big head of blonde hair, and we went diving in the weeds, and she was coming out, just doing everything. And it's I'm just so proud of our girls today, because, they can do anything that they want to do.
Yep, anything. And as long as you give them the chance to do it.
Well, she reminds me a lot of your daughter, Hannah.
Oh.
Yeah, because we are big Hannah fans over here. Because Hannah she's a go-to girl.
Yeah, she is.
I watch her in my pool. She's jumping there neck and neck with the boys, and yet she's still feminine and pretty. And, it's just great. I think it's a wonderful opportunity that our girls have today, that, we had more opportunity than our moms, and, and certainly a lot more than our grandmas.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, how did you do diet-wise?
Diet-wise? Well...
Well, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I didn't do horrible, but I didn't do great either. In between, I don't know where the time went. I mean, I swear, when people say time flies, it does, because I'm like, oh my God, it's already Tuesday, and I didn't work out, like I planned to. And, all these other things are taking me away from the things I need to do for myself.
It's true.
I know.
It's true. Well, and it's so funny because, like, I don't know about you, but, like, when I was on the airplane flying to New York, the kids were asleep and, it was that quiet time, and I like to plan when I'm on airplane trips because you can't really do anything else other than, like, jam out, sit there, listen to your iPod. And, but I was sitting there going, I'm like, okay, here's the things I'm going to do, because my parents live right on the water. I'm like, okay, I'm going to swim every day. I'm going to swim laps. I'm going to do this. And I packed my yoga, DVDs. I did.
Did you open them?
No!
You carried them around. Good resistance, though. That's good resistance.
They actually went on vacation with me, my workout DVDs, because I thought, I'm going to have all this time. And, in reality, all I did pretty much, I did swim a lot, but it wasn't workout swim. It was swimming with the kids and, going out into the raft and jumping off the dock. And
but still, that's good exercise. Not an intentional exercise, but it's good, anytime you're moving around.
Right,
great,
it was unintentional, but it was the byproduct of me wanting to share this time with my niece and nephew. It was not any effort on my part. It was effort, but and what was weird was that, I had the time. I had the time to do, and I even had my personal DVD player, the kids' little movie player, and I'm like, all I had to do was pop that yoga video in before I went to bed. And you know what I did? I laid on the bed, I plugged into my iPod, I picked up my phone, and I texted you and Denise and Rick.
I know you missed us so much, didn't you?
I did. But I had the opportunity to do this, and I didn't.
Well, I know, but you don't ever have time just to lay around by yourself.
That's true.
So that's kind of...
Yeah, that was a vacation there because my brothers and sisters, Stephen, Susan, and Jill, and my mom and dad, Gloria and Bob, were outstanding and watching my children.
Good job.
So I could sleep, 12 hours a day.
See, you needed that.
We've got to go to break soon, and I'm here at Motherhood Talk Radio with Christy Holly, and in our upcoming next segment, we are going to have Suzanne Sladek-Wilson, who was our host last 2 weeks, but this time we're bringing her on not because she's a host or a bead guru, but we're going to talk about diabetes, a diabetes bracelet, and there may be some peer pressure. You never know.
You never know.
You never know.
Mom, here's your show, Motherhood Talk Radio, giving you interesting, inspiring, and influential information as you navigate everything from childcare to corporate formation. This is Motherhood Talk Radio, and we'll be right back after these. Girlfriended is on TogiNet. Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, with your hosts Patty Wyatt and Lisa Jernigan. This show is your chance to share, learn, laugh, and connect with other women. The Girlfriended principle was born out of loss.
Lisa had recently had her mother pass away from cancer, and my mom was murdered. A man just walking into a room and started a 23-second shooting spree.
I think one of the things we both realized going through those tragedies that you can be extremely okay and be extremely sad.
Check out girlfriended.com and then be a part of Girlfriended, the radio show. Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central.
Your boyfriend or your husband or whatever, they don't totally understand that emotional side to women like another woman does. And I think that's so important just to have somebody that you go, she gets me.
Check out the website, girlfriended.com. Don't miss Girlfriended with Patty Wyatt and Lisa Jernigan. Thursdays at 10 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central on TogiNet.com. What's your story? Are you living it? Well, you could be. It's What's Your Story with Hillary Bilbrey. Friday mornings at 10 Eastern, 9 a.m. Central on TogiNet.com. Her passion is helping others discover, create, and live their personal brands. Yep, you heard me. You have a brand. No different than Coke, Pepsi, or Nike. You are a walking, talking, living, breathing brand. You're not a logo. You're not a tagline. The choices you make become the path you take. This is your brand. Now, live your story. Your brand is not just what you say it is. It's also what others say it is. So what are you communicating? And how can you create an authentic brand? We'll take on these challenges with What's Your Story? Every week, Hillary will feature teens, moms, and organizations that are learning and living their story. Now, her passion is to help others discover, create, and live their personal brands. To find out more, go to inspiredbyfamily.com. It's What's Your Story with Hillary Bilbrey. Friday mornings at 10 Eastern, 9 a.m. Central on TogiNet.com. Welcome back to Motherhood Talk Radio, the most powerful voice in women's issues. For more information, check out the website, motherhoodtalkradio.com. Now, let's get back to the show with your hosts, Sandra Back and Christy Holly.
Hey, mamas, this is Sandra Back, except, Christy, what are you going to do?
This is Christy Holly, and we're going to talk to Suzanne Laddick-Wilson about diabetes.
See, you did so good. Yep, I thought
are in trouble.
You. I know.
Yes, that's the one and only time.
The one and only time. Well, you did an outstanding job bringing us back in from that segment. Yeah, Christy is talking. That is Christy.
I am talking, people.
This is really the Christy Holly show today.
Yeah, not.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're doing really good.
Oh, thanks.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have... Okay, get off me now. Oh, wait, that doesn't sound right.
This is a Christian network.
This is a Christian network. And we are... But you know what? I do have to tell people that we are registered domestic partners according to... I won't say who.
You can't say.
No, but we registered as a family, Christy and I, because we got such a really good discount. Because if we had to buy 2 family passes... And in California, you can register as domestic partners for certain things. So we won't say when and where, but
we're fraudulent.
Pretty much. Fraud. Saved us $60, though.
That's true.
That's true. And $60 goes a long way.
Absolutely.
In fact, speaking of spending money, how's this segue? We have Suzanne Laddick-Wilson today. Hey, Suzanne.
Hey, ladies. How are ya?
Good. And you have a special bracelet that's for sale on Beforia Boutique. Not as if my company created that, and I should know that.
Hello.
But so why don't you tell us a little bit about this special bracelet, where people can go to find it, why it's so special, and what is it for?
Well, it's special because it's to raise money for a disease that's very close to my heart, which is diabetes. Diabetes affects so many people today, and a person close to us, which is my son's best friend, his name's Daniel, was diagnosed in December of 2008. He had been living his life normally. Parents all of a sudden noticed that he seemed to be going to the bathroom a lot. Noticed he seemed to be getting unusually thin. By the time that they figured this out, they rushed him to the doctor's office, and he had a blood sugar level of 625.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes. And for those of you who might not know about diabetes, normal is between about 80 and 150. So his blood sugar was extremely high, and he was in the hospital for not quite a week, but we went and visited him, and my son got to see him, and we were very lucky that we got to be part of the education process and learn, because he was my son's friend, what it would take to take care of him, so that if he were in my care, that if there was a problem, I'd be able to take care of him. And it's been learning that, every 2 hours he has to test. When we go out for outings, I have to have food with us in case he gets too low. We have to make sure he has his diabetic kit with him at all times. There's a lot of work to it. And, just to have it be as normal of a life as possible for him. But diabetes also has hit my father-in-law, who passed away. He had complications from type 2 diabetes, and my dad struggles with diabetes also. So it's really something close to our heart. So we figured that myself and at my friend Celine, who is Daniel's mother's prompting, that we wanted to do something about it. And we decided to become part of the Step Out to Fight Diabetes.
And now why is it called Step Out, do you know?
Yes, because it is a huge walk that is done at over 150 locations throughout the country.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. And I'm going to be walking in the one that's in Buffalo Grove, Illinois. And it's
Which is why we have you on the Fit to Strip Challenge, because it's weight-related, or at least fitness-related.
Fitness-related, yes. So,
which can turn into weight-related when you get all, start losing weight from training for it.
Exactly. And let's face it, this body needs to learn how to move if I'm going to be doing 4 miles.
That's right.
So, yeah, it's and also, if it does run in my family, one of the best things you can do is to be at a healthy weight, especially for type 2 diabetes.
Well, and diabetes affects 6% of the population in the U.S. currently, and the type 2 diabetes, which is what we're talking about, the kind that is more weight-related, is 90% of those cases.
Yeah. And
so does your friend's little boy have type 1 or type 2? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
He has type 1.
Type 1.
Generally, kids have type 1 because it means that the pancreas has stopped working completely. Sometimes with type 2, the pancreas may not be working correctly and may just need to have some added insulin to work correctly, or may stop altogether. But type 1 means that something has happened and it's stopped altogether.
Well, and for more information, since, you own a bead company, I own an internet company, and Christy owns a family company.
That's right.
None of us are doctors or experts in this matter. You might want to check out www.diabetes.org. That's diabetes.org, and to find out more about Step Out, which we're going to talk about in a few minutes. And thank you, Robin, in New Hampshire, for sending us this information in. Check out stepoutdiabetes.org. That's stepout.diabetes.org. So, Suzanne, tell us about your bracelet.
Well, I decided that I wanted to raise money for our team that's going to be walking by selling one of my handmade bracelets.
Ooh, good idea. Really pretty. It is really pretty.
Yes, and what I did was I used a beautiful deep red, it's called Siam Red Swarovski crystal, in designing the bracelet, because that is part of the color scheme for the Step Out, is that nice, beautiful deep red. And it has beautiful pewter silver beads that it is designed with. And it's one of those pieces where it could be worn every day or it could be worn on a special occasion. And over 50% of the purchase price will go to the diabetes walk.
Now, Suzanne, do we buy this on BeadForiaBoutique.com, or do we go to your blog, BeadForiaBlog, to buy it?
Well, you can actually go through my blog, BeadForiaBlog.com, or you can go directly to BeadForiaBoutique.com.
Okay.
Or if you would rather just sponsor me for the walk or my team, you can go to my blog and you can click through that way and just directly donate to my site.
Well, and if you're on Suzanne's website, which we're on today, BeadForiaBoutique.com, you can see Daniel's bracelet under jewelry in the bracelet section. Isn't it pretty?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Well, and I can tell you, when I saw this, when Suzanne first designed it, she shared it with me, and I happened to be going to Michael's for a completely unrelated thing, because we know I'm completely craft impaired.
Crafty.
I was crafty, but
you should have taken me with you. I'm just as crafty as you.
We are. We're gonna try making a bracelet, Christy and I.
Yes.
But so I had Suzanne's picture of this bracelet in my phone, and I was like, oh, that's so pretty. And I thought, I just cruised by the bead aisle.
I think I'll copy it.
I did. I was like, I wonder if I could make one like this. And not that I would of course buy one from Suzanne, but and when I got there, I was like, oh my gosh, her stuff is so much better. Like the beads, I tried to find these squirrely heart-shaped silver beads. I couldn't find them. I mean, they didn't have that nice stuff, and they didn't have the really, really rich ruby red crystals that really is what makes this bracelet really shine.
Right, and all this is hand-selected by me. I have vendors that I meet with personally, and I go through bags and bags and bags, finding the beads that I feel are the best quality and are the nicest out there.
Well, and it has a nice weight to it.
Yes.
It doesn't feel, it doesn't feel chintzy and, I don't even know if I can say that word. It's probably objectionable somewhere. And I'm sensitive to this because the person who wrote in that didn't like that we use the word fat.
Oh. Yeah. It wasn't me, I swear.
No, what was interesting about that, and just to segue a little bit away from the bracelet, it's interesting that, stupid diet guy could talk about hopping in a pickup truck with his redneck brothers. I don't think he said redneck. I think it added that in. What? And they went whale watching. But no, I say fat. And they, somebody wrote in and said that that's not empowering to women. So I was like, I had to disagree because, I think it's just universally insulting. I think it's disempowering to women.
But could be empowering. I mean, it just depends, I guess, on the person.
If I said, hey, you're fat, you will just hit the track and, go shopping for a bikini?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I call myself fat.
I do, too.
I think it's empowering that we're wanting to make healthier choices for our lives. That's empowering.
Well, it's true. Well, and I think part of, and get me if I'm wrong, girls, I'll probably get more hate mail from this statement, but part of being in denial about your size is using these euphemistic words or, words that are like if you say, oh, I'm big boned or I'm a big girl. It's like, no, sister, I'm fat. I eat too much. I don't work out enough. And it's like until you get down to that baseline realization that you are fat and you need to make some changes. I mean, I'm not endorsing eating disorders here, but there has to be a point at which you look in the mirror and go, okay, this is too big. This is too much. And for some of us, it's to admit that we're fat.
It is, because if people that you surround yourself with are just like, oh, it's okay, oh, you look great, or oh, you're fine, that looks fine on you, and when it doesn't, I don't know, it's just kind of like it's okay, it's like a free pass, but you're not really I'm not saying you should be like, oh, hey, girl, you need to lose weight. I mean, we all know what we need to do.
Right.
Everybody looks in the mirror, everybody, gets naked.
Right,
and
you have to button your pants at some point.
You see what you see, and just because you put clothes over it doesn't make it disappear.
That's true.
I mean, seriously.
And we're going to go to commercial break now. I'm here with Christy Holly. My name is Sandra Beck. This is Motherhood Talk Radio. Our guest today is Suzanne Sladek-Wilson, and she has this outstanding bracelet for sale at Beadforia Boutique for $39.95, and it supports diabetes. And when we come back, Suzanne is going to talk to us about using accessories. Talk about covering up the fat, girls. Okay, bring on the hate mail. Accessorize.
Mom, here's your show, Motherhood Talk Radio, giving you interesting, inspiring, and influential information as you navigate everything from childcare to corporate formation. This is Motherhood Talk Radio, and we'll be right back after these. No more mommy madness. The Sanity Hour is the antidote. It's the Sanity Hour with Ann Dunawall. Monday evenings at 6, 7 Central. Part of the Her Insight Network on TogiNet.com. Join Ann as she guides parents through issues that arise from simply living in our current high-energy, high-pressure culture of perfection and achievement. Moms and dads are bombarded daily. Sign up for this, buy that, enrich your child's life, enhance your child's development, worry about this danger, provide this experience. Ann Dunawall, PhD, is here to help. She's a licensed psychologist in independent practice in Dallas, specializing in women's mental health issues. And her mission here is to help women sort out the guilt and anxiety of the unrealistic demands of motherhood on a daily basis. For more information on her and her books, go to AnnDunawall.com. That's AnnDunawald.com. Arming women against the pressures of modern motherhood. Here to give moms balance and expectations, cutting themselves some slack. It's the Sanity Hour with Ann Dunawall. Monday evenings at 6, 7 Central. Part of the Her Insight Network on TogiNet.com. Let's chat it up with Bloom Talk with Barb Scala on TogiNet. Thursday afternoons at 3 Eastern, 2 Central. And find out how women are growing, blossoming, and blooming in their friendships and careers, health, and so much more. It's Bloom Talk with Barb Scala. Check out our website, bloomwithbarb.com. Whether you want to transplant your life or just do a little pruning, Bloom Talk will inspire you to cultivate the lifestyle you want to live. Join lifestyle coach and co-author of Sanity Savers, Barb Scala, each week on Bloom Talk and sprout your dreams. Grow your life.
I hear a lot from women. I want meaning in my life. I want a fulfilling life. I want to do something that's exciting. And I can control my life instead of my life controlling me. I can tell the world this is who I am and this is what I'm all about.
Barb will introduce you to dynamic guests and real women who are redesigning, rebuilding, and reinventing their own lives. And Bloomstorm, how you can dream, create, and grow the lifestyle you want to live. It's Bloom Talk with Barb Scala. Thursday afternoons at 3 Eastern, 2 Central on TogiNet.com. Welcome back to Motherhood Talk Radio, the most powerful voice in women's issues. For more information, check out the website, motherhoodtalkradio.com. Now, let's get back to the show with your hosts, Sandra Beck and Christy Holly.
Hey, mamas. This is Sandra Beck, and I have Christy Holly here on Motherhood Talk Radio, and we are, I think we're show number 4 in our Fit to Strip Challenge.
Already?
I think so. I know we don't really have the stellar results.
I know. Dang it.
Oh, but we're going to share with you when we took our original photos for the beginning of Fit to Strip. And actually, before we even get into that, we want to put the word out to the Swanson family, Rick's family. They are handling the illness of a very beloved grandfather. So Rick is not on the show today. He's not in, and we just want to send out to his whole family lots of love and support, and anything we can do from the airwaves to send over to comfort them at this time. Yeah. That's a good thing. And so because of that, we will refrain from making fun.
He gets a free pass.
He gets a free pass this week. But you know who doesn't get a free pass? Well, let's get right in about the fat. So here's what I have to say. Fat kids, fat dogs, fat cows, fat pigs, fat girls, fat boys, fat men, fat women, fat cats, fat feet, fat arms, fat. And I don't mean it in the cool baby fat kind of way, which is P-H-A-T. I mean big fat F-A-T. Yikes! Now, if that's not empowering, I don't know what is.
She's probably jumping on her treadmill right now.
Probably.
Sending you a poison pen letter.
We're sending you a poison pen letter. But something very funny happened when we were doing the Fit to Strip challenge photos.
What happened?
Well, I was taking your photo.
Oh.
And I gave you a bit of advice.
Oh, you don't want to know what she said? She told me, suck in your arms. Suck them in. Yeah. Thanks, friend. Suck in your fat arms. Although, my advice, I know. My advice, do not, when you're taking your picture, you must hold your elbows out. Do not lean them flat against any part of your body. That is bad. You will get bad results.
You will get because
saying
you have a beautiful body. Okay, I'm looking at it right now. But when you did that pose with your arms smashed flat against your body, your arm was bigger than your leg.
I know. That's why I'm giving the advice. You may stand at an angle. Yep. Arm out on your hip.
Yep. Do not
flatten it against any part of your body or, lay it on a piece of, a railing. Don't do it.
Yeah. No.
I'm just saying, for better pictures, wedding pictures, birthday picture, anything.
Anything.
Please.
Anything. Well, at least at birthday parties, you're usually going to pick up a child as a human shield.
I know.
Let me just put this child in front of whatever Jelly Roll muffin top, arm fat that has to be photographed and just slide the child in front of it.
Shoot neck up.
Neck up.
Your good friends will do that.
Your good friends. And your good friends will tell you to suck in your arms.
Usually they will.
I did.
I know. I've been guilty of not doing that before. I mean, I'm not. I'm going to be honest. Is I will. I've done the whole oh yes, that does look good. And when I know, oh geez, it's
So it's like the angle. It's like, you take your left foot. One of my girls, I used to work with a lot of girls from the Ford modeling agency, and they taught me to take your left foot, point it toe forward, angle your hip back. Christy's doing this right now.
How do you, remember when you're taking a picture, wait,
yeah, it's look, like this, Angle back, like that, and go on an angle, and you look long and lean, even though you might look roly-poly, plumpy, and
all the pictures are all the same. Same pose.
Mine do.
Same, chin. Don't put your chin down either.
Oh, no.
Do not do that. Don't take your picture from the top down.
Right. Don't take top down. Don't put your neck back, because then it's like gobble, gobble, gobble. It's like you're 15 chins.
That's just a little advice.
Yeah. But there are some things we can do. I mean, now that we've hammered the fat one to death, when we do have to go out in public and be photographed or interviewed, things like that, we do have tricks that we can use, like wearing the head to toe slimming color, black, brown, navy blue, solid colors, no patterns, no horizontal stripes. We can do some other things that that help detract the eye.
Trick the eyes
from our ginormous hips, things like that. And Suzanne.
Yes.
Sorry.
I'm still here.
You're still here. Sorry, we've been just blabbing away.
Sandra, I'm not used to this.
What can we do as women when we're going out through the use of jewelry and scarves? Because we're going to make you the jewelry accessory maven. Because I know you have done public speaking at different events throughout Chicago about how to accessorize and how to put your best foot forward. And we're going to talk about putting your best ass forward.
Asset.
Your best asset.
There you go.
Right. How to make the most of your assets.
Yes. Well, first of all, is when you do go out, make sure you do have jewelry on. A lot of times women being in the corporate world, that they will have a tendency to not wear anything. And that's a mistake, because you really want to bring your personality to the workplace. They will wear, their proper suits with a white shirt underneath, and then they won't wear any jewelry, any necklaces, earrings, bracelets, thinking that it looks more professional, when quite the opposite is true. But it's almost like having a sundae and not having the whipped cream and the cherry on top. It just completes the whole package. And by having a little...
Wait, okay, we cannot have any food references from this point onward.
Suzanne, we can't have the whipped cream.
How can we have that?
I have an idea, though. It's like if you were going to a corporate event, if you showed up buck naked, they would be so shocked. They wouldn't see the muffin top or the, jiggly thighs. They would just be completely horrified at the top of the feeling. They'd all faint. Yeah. Robin from New Hampshire typed in on our Togi chat. She says, "We are not great. We are not fat. We just have great personalities." I'm like, too bad our personalities are stuffed into our genes. But go ahead, Suzanne.
Well,
back to you.
Yes. Well, one of the things is that we want to have people look at our faces because we have something important to say. And by wearing a scarf with bold colors or a statement piece of jewelry, that really draws the eye to the face and frames the face. It makes people notice you more and pay attention where you want them to pay attention to.
That's true. So if you want them to notice the girls, I know this from dating now, that if I want the girls to be noticed, I wear a pendant that sits right between the girls.
There you go.
There's a little bit of sparkle there that's like, hey, look at me, look at me. And I'd rather have them look at the girls than, I don't even know what to call the downward area.
Well, that's the thing. And also, let's say that you're going to sign a contract, how nice is it to have a nice statement bracelet on, something that's strong and shows people that it's powerful, that you're powerful. And that's really important. And, I think that it's also important that we remember that we can show a little bit of our personalities, speaking of personalities, through our accessories that we wear. Whether it's a pair of red shoes with a black dress or some really funky necklace that shows who we really are. It's a fun way to put our best foot forward.
So basically what you're telling me is to wear something that draws the eye away from what you don't want people to notice. So,
right.
If you're going to a party, just carry a strobe light. Put a strobe light in your hand, walk around. People will notice the strobe light, look at the strobe light, and not even notice what you're wearing.
Hey, and if you don't want to do a strobe light, get a real flashy bracelet, see? And it could almost act like a strobe light.
That's true, because when I worked in Beverly Hills, I'd see these women with ginormous diamonds. I mean, like huge, like you could put them in a lighthouse diamond. And I was so fascinated by the diamond that it was very rare that I looked at the crinkly old skin underneath. I just noticed this beautiful diamond.
Yes. I mean, the thing is that I think women have gotten away from wearing jewelry, and I think that's a big mistake. From wearing jewelry and accessories, they really do complete the package.
Well, and I think, this is a show on many levels, but on one level, it's a show about, empowerment for women, and that kind of thinking makes us almost become man-like.
Yeah.
That empowerment and powerful comes to be synonymous with not being sexy, not being fun, not being playful, and, looking great at any age and looking great at any size often includes, wearing great bracelets, wearing great accessories, great shoes, great bag. I mean, I'm all for, looking like a girl when it's time to look like a girl, but I don't want to look like a boy.
Right. And that's where the accessories can really make you stand out from the rest of the crowd.
That's true, and it can help us disguise some of the things that we might not be so proud of in our physical being.
Right. And, let's face it, us petite women, a great pair of heels, there's nothing like it.
But for Christy and I, we become like gargantuan Amazon women.
Yes. Yeah, but Robin and I, who could use a couple inches, it definitely helps.
It does. Well, and they make your legs look nice.
Yeah. I mean, and where does it draw the eye then?
That's true. Look at my feet. Look at my skinny, petite feet.
Ugly feet.
No, you do not.
Oh, yeah.
Stop it with the ugly feet. I'm here to tell you she's hot. If I wasn't, completely
if you were my
heterosexual.
If you were my domestic partner. Oh, wait, you are.
If I was going to have a domestic partner, you would be it.
Oh, thank you.
You would be it. And we look good together.
Right back at ya.
Yeah. Well, let's see. We are here at Motherhood Talk Radio. We're here with the designer of an outstanding bracelet supporting the Diabetes Foundation, so you need to check it out at BeatForYouBoutique.com, Suzanne Sladek-Wilson. My name is Sandra Beck. Christy Holly is, running around in platform sneakers. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm looking for a fly swatter.
Oh, I know. There's this monstrous fly. I think, he's Flyzilla over here. But we will get you guys after the break.
Mom, here's your show, Motherhood Talk Radio, giving you interesting, inspiring, and influential information as you navigate everything from childcare to corporate formation. This is Motherhood Talk Radio, and we'll be right back after these. As our loved ones get older, sometimes we fear the worst, such as a fall or symptoms of a heart attack or stroke while they're home alone and away from the telephone. Don't torture yourself, because now there's True Med Alert. Unlike other emergency response medical pendants, a True Med Alert pendant has both a microphone and speaker built in, so it can be used inside or outside of their home as far as 600 feet away. Your loved one can talk to and hear from an EMT, not just a call screener, but a real emergency medical technician, giving them the information they need to hear while help is being dispatched, so they get vital first aid instructions immediately, and they're never alone. Give them back their independence and give yourself peace of mind with a medical alert pendant from TrueMedAlert.com. That's TrueMed alert.com, or call 877-755-1370, because at TrueMedAlert.com we hear you loud and clear. Get ready for the Not So Soccer Mom, Tuesday afternoons at 1 Eastern, noon Central, on TogiNet with Jill Hickey. You name it, from politics to pop culture to Jill's search for the perfect bronzer and chicken salad. The Not So Soccer Mom will weigh in on it all. The sentence, "I have no opinion about that," is one that Jill has never uttered. In the early 90s, Jill finally decided to put her thoughts, opinions, mom advice, love of pop culture, hummus, and Starbucks, working out, cosmetic shopping, and politics into an actual website, and thus NotSoSoccerMom.com was born. Shortly after her fourth child, a boy, Jerome, now she's really got tons of topics to share with you. This is Laugh Out Loud Funny, and we're not kidding. What's a loud Nebraska girl who lived in Little Rock for many years and now is up in the Northeast doing? Chronicling her opinions on everything. The wheels aren't off yet, but it's close. It's the Not So Soccer Mom with Jill Hickey, Tuesday afternoons at 1 Eastern, noon Central on TogiNet.com. Welcome back to Motherhood Talk Radio, the most powerful voice in women's issues. For more information, check out the website, motherhoodtalkradio.com. Now, let's get back to the show with your hosts, Sandra Beck and Christy Holly.
Hey, mamas, this is Sandra Beck, and I'm here with my lovely co-host, Christy Holly. Hello.
Trying to sound lovely.
Yes. Very lovely. We're here for the Fit to Strip Challenge number 4. We do not have Stupid Diet Guy, but in his place we have Delightful Bead Lady, who has agreed to come on and help us accessorize our bodies when we don't feel that great about them.
Yes.
And she's short.
Nice.
Short.
That I am.
You are. You're short.
I'm 5'2".
You're 5'2", but, you know, Robin's even shorter. Robin, our marketing producer out of... How tall is Robin? Anybody know?
4'11".
Robin? No? Robin, do you know how tall you are?
She's 4'11".
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, see, like a little...
drink of water there.
I know. It's like, you know, you got the Amazon twins over here. Because when we did our height and weight and stuff like that, it was shocking. We were like exactly the same.
We were.
Had the same body fat, the same... Weight, the same IQ, I don't know, whatever.
Well, it wasn't IQ, but okay.
But even the bone density or bone size, whatever it is, frame size, but, you know, it was very comforting.
She's actually 4'8".
Robin's 4'8".
Yeah.
Oh, wow, we could kick the crap out of these two. It'd be like midget wrestling.
Hey, we know how to go for the knees, so you better be careful.
That's true. Just get those big, long California legs and kick them right in the... Anyway. But speaking of which, when we, you know, recently I was looking at some height and weight charts. You know, there's a couple of them out there for, like, you know, different organizations put out these height and weight charts, which are fun to look for your kids, you know, to try to predict, you know, how tall your kid's going to be.
Yes.
But I got to tell you, these height and weight charts, Christy, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, but, you know, when I looked at the height and weight thing,
Give it to me.
We should be 7 feet tall.
Well... Give me some shoes.
I will be going to my next doctor's appointments on stilts. But they were, you know, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous what I was supposed to weigh, what you were supposed to weigh. It's like I swam in college, even at my fittest, you know, and I'm talking swimming every day. I worked as a lifeguard, you know, and swam.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was still, you know, and I had very, very little body fat. I still didn't fit in that chart.
I think those charts are ridiculous because everybody has different bone size. Everybody has different proportions of fat. Muscle weighs a lot more than fat. And, you know, it's not fair to go by, or it's not right to go by those charts because, I mean, that can really shake someone up looking at that and going, oh, my God, I am hugely overweight when you're not.
No, I mean, I looked at these going, you know, gee, I look pretty good in the mirror. My clothes fit. I'm feeling fitter. You know, I'm actually doing some of the stuff Rona has asked us to do. You know, so I'm feeling pretty good. Look at the height and weight chart, and I'm like, oh, my God, you know, I should be, you know, 7 feet tall. But, boy, you put, you know, 4'8" Robin on there or 5'2", you know, Suzanne, we could weigh them on a fruit scale for what they say they should weigh.
I know, it's crazy. I think it's crazy, and it's ridiculous, and it's just wrong.
So would you say?
There's a lot of professional athletes that if you were to put them into those scales would be listed as overweight.
Yeah.
Now, if they were baseball players, that would be right. But for most athletes, But yeah, no, I mean, it's demoralizing. So I think we don't have Rick here, but I think we could actually vote him out because there's three of us. So you and I can vote him out.
Yeah.
But I think universally Motherhood Talk Radio and Motherhood Incorporated condemns height and weight charts for women.
Yeah.
And men.
They're done.
They're done. No more. They cease to exist. Speed 4, you want to get on board?
Oh, totally. And that's part of the reason why Weight Watchers actually will say that it depends on the doctor. A doctor can say that they feel that you're at the proper weight rather than going by what they consider being the proper weight. The doctor can write a note and say, I think this person is at a fine weight and they shouldn't lose any more weight. And that will trump their height.
So can you still be a lifetime member if your doctor gives you the weight and not them?
Yes.
Really? Now, if the doctor wants to date you and that's why he gave you that, does that still qualify?
I don't know if that would count.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering. And no, because I had a dentist once who wanted to date me, and he always told me I had beautiful teeth. And then I went to another dentist because I moved. He's like, you have 3 cavities. I'm like, what? He's like, I guess you can't drill on somebody's teeth. I guess you can drill other places, but you can't drill on people's teeth when you want to go with someone.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just squirrely today. I need to get out of Dodge.
Where are you going to go?
I'm going to go to Flagstaff. I'm going to hop in my svelte little minivan, sweet, and go drive up the mountain and pick up some stuff, and then I will be back on Friday.
That's good alone time.
It's good alone
good.
time.
It's so great sometimes when you can just be in the car and be by yourself with yourself and kind of like just control the situation. You know,
what if my traveling companion is a bag of chips?
Well, you just have to put them away from your, like on the far end of the seat. You can't
so
really
at least I have to reach.
Yes, yeah.
What were you saying, Suzanne?
How long is the drive, Sandra?
Oh, it's like 7 hours.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll be driving through the desert in the middle of the night.
Yeah, at least you like yourself, so it won't be like a bad ride.
No. I'm a very wonderful companion, if I might say so. See, you know, and if the radio shows up, Carrie, no pressure in Texas, I'll probably listen to I actually have downloaded a couple of our shows to listen to them on the way. Don't go, ew.
What, last week before?
No, I listened to those. Oh, no. Yeah, they were good. But they, you know, we need to get back to weight loss.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, because the summer's over, almost.
I know, that's...
It's like we're entering fat sweater season.
I know. And we can't cover up the skies with sweaters, people.
No.
I mean, it's just, you know...
It doesn't really work.
I mean, sometimes it works a little bit, but when you know you're disguising yourself, it still doesn't feel good. And we all need to feel good.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
But then that's true. The main reason why I'm trying to get fit is for me to feel healthier. And I want to be able to do this walk without being beat tired at the end of it. And
roll down in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah, exactly. Help!
But she finished, and Christy and I would be there pushing her.
That's right.
But it does. It has, and I think, you know, it's unfair and it's unreasonable. But I think that the number on a scale does directly impact our self-image.
Yeah, you're totally right on that. And it shouldn't.
It shouldn't. Like, especially if we were on Mars and we weighed half of what we weigh here. Or in a pool. Yeah. But it's true. It's true. I mean, because, you know, I'll be honest, I did not gain on my vacation, but I did not lose either.
Oh, you didn't?
No, and I thought I did because I got on the scale, you know, when I got home at like 2 o'clock in the morning, I got on the scale right away. I hopped on. I'm like, woo, lost like 3 pounds. But then I went downstairs because I was completely dehydrated. I drank like a mountain of water. I mean, seriously, I was like,
soda?
No, I didn't drink soda. Well, okay, maybe a little bit. No, actually I didn't because it was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, okay.
So only a fool would do that.
Yeah.
Or someone with a nitro habit, but sorry.
Off
limits, no nitro jokes. But I was frustrated because I put, not that I put a lot of effort into it, but I was really physical and super physical with the kids, and I really didn't eat that much. So I got to tell you, the result's a little bit disappointing.
Yeah, I get that.
You know, but I'm smaller. Like
you are. You know, when I saw you, I thought, oh, you look like you lost weight.
Yeah.
And I said, what I did.
I did. I apparently just moved it around.
Shift.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that's true, because I put my pants on. It's like my normal jeans fit. I didn't have to wear my fat pants. You know, I could put my normal jeans on. They fit good, and, you know, my shorts and stuff hang. So, you know, I know that I've rearranged.
Right.
But that number, that stubborn number on the scale was like...
And it really doesn't mean all that much. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. You know, like you can't feel good. I mean, you can feel good, but you can't make yourself feel horrible because of the number. That can't dictate your whole day because it
kind of does.
I know, but it shouldn't.
Right, it shouldn't, but it does.
And it so depends on what you've had the night before. I mean, if you have a salty meal or, you know, something that makes you, you know, retain more water or something like that, I mean, it can throw everything off. I mean, at least I could, you know, the numbers can all of a sudden be deceiving. And it's just, that number, you can't go by that. It's better to go by how your clothes feel.
I think so. But it was just the whole concept of, like, you know, I get off the plane, I have a great trip, I had a great vacation, you know, and I am thankful that I didn't gain any weight. So that I'm happy, you know, I know what to be thankful for. But it was like, I was just so bummed looking at that number. And then I was thinking, like, how ridiculous is this?
Yeah.
You know, how ridiculous is it? And, you know, one of the things I would like to, I'd like to go off topic for a minute as I watch Christy, like, swat this.
It's like a bee.
It is. It's like a horsefly. I don't know. It's probably been living in here for 2 weeks, like snacking on chocolate.
Ew.
It's here for the weight loss challenge.
You know, and that chocolate,
it's gone.
It was here for, Sandra had a big old Hershey's chocolate bar in here for weeks.
Well, I did.
I know you weren't here for 2 weeks. It was standing here, but
it was here. It was here for, like, actually close to 3 months before I ate it.
See, and I thought about.
You should see her jump. And you want to know what scared her? It was a check. It wasn't even a bad check. It was just a paycheck hanging on the wall.
It felt like a bug.
Okay. Now, I am going to go away from the topic of the candy bar that I ate, my motivational candy bar, and I'm going to ask you guys to stay tuned in the next show coming up in Prescription for a Healthy Life with Bruce, how do we pronounce his name, Weitzberg? Bruce Weitzberg is going to talk about curing autism in children. So I want you guys to stay tuned, because after the brain-numbing show that we had today, let's turn around and watch Bruce Weitzberg, or listen to Bruce Weitzberg in his Prescription for a Healthy Life, which, as part of the Fit to Strip Challenge, we salute him. My name is Sandra Beck. Christy Holly. She's saluting. She's saluting. Thank you, Suzanne Sladek-Wilson, for sharing with us the tips we had today. We hope that you will join us next week when we have Lisa Kamen on the show. She's going to talk about the Finding Happiness channel, so that should be pretty good. And our thanks also go out to Robin and Carrie, who supported us in the show today.
Yay, girls.
Yay. You say, Ricky, we hope your grandpa gets better.
Yes.
Soon.
Okay.
Thank you for being a part of Motherhood Talk Radio with Sandra Beck and Christy Holly, part of the Her Insight Network on TogiNet.com.